Grace to you, good people over the world. First Chronicles chapter 4, 9 to 10. As we continue with yesterday's bread, don't just fit in, stand out. And today it is part 2. Okay. The Bible tells us, now Jabez was more honorable than his brothers, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bore him in pain. And Jabez called on the God of Israel. So the standout today is that ending line. Jabez called on the God of Israel. His brothers didn't. Nothing is made mention of his brothers praying, but it is mentioned of Jabez. And this was a distinctive mark that he carried that caused him to stand out in that family and in that nation. So, one of the ways to be truly great is to be truly good and to pray much. And to pray much. Hallelujah. So, it's constant practice to pray without ceasing that causes men and women to stand out. Are you hearing me? Jabez, a son known as one who brought sorrow to his mother, was more honorable than his brothers because we find here that he was a man of prayer. Jabez was a man of prayer. I'll say it again. Jabez was a man of prayer. Are you a man of prayer? Are you a woman of prayer? Do you give yourself to prayer? That discipline, that tool that God has given us is a very important discipline. Hallelujah. Friends, prayer is the power that God has given the church. The men and women whom God has used are men and women of prayer. You want to be used of God, you must inculcate the discipline and the habit of prayer. It will set you apart. It will set you apart. It is one of those things that you can't skip as a minister, as a Christian, as a child of God. I feel so bad for Christians who don't pray. Show me a Christian who is struggling. Show me a Christian who is miming and complaining and is always defeated. And I'll show you a Christian who doesn't pray. I'll show you a Christian who doesn't take that thing to the Lord in prayer. You cannot be used of God except you learn to give yourself to prayer. David tells us in Psalms 109 verses 4, I give myself to prayer. So listen to me. Have the right vision of prayer. See prayer as a tool you use to seek not your will to be done, but the will of God to be done. So when you're going to pray, it's not about my will. It is about God's will. Matthew 26:39. Very important. So be willing to stand out through prayer and let prayer be the eminence of your character. Yesterday we say the eminence of Jabez's character was reading, but today we're saying the eminence of that character is prayer. So give yourself to prayer, and I will guarantee you one thing, that prayer will elevate you. Prayer will set you apart. And for men and women who pray, I can guarantee you this one thing with full confidence and assurance, that the best is yet to come. And God bless you.